up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. And Diddy is pleading insanity, y'all. We got to talk about this. Wait till y'all hear the full scope of this story. But first, I got to cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Happy, what is it? Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, another Taco Tuesday. Diddy is pleading insanity. This today is all Diddy, nothing but Diddy, and the whole Diddy. So help me, Diddy. We're going to call today's episode Return of Mohawk Diddy. Y'all, I can't even believe what's going on right now. Even the Diddy monster even got me in disbelief at what he's trying. We're going to get into that, his insanity plea. We're going to get into how he trying to get more time and use slick moves to push it back. And, man, he's coming with so many different defenses. I told y'all his strategy was sticking everything, throwing everything against the wall and see what sticks. And damn it if I wasn't telling the truth when I said that, because y'all, we got so many angles to discuss today on what the Mohawks they got going on. But all I'm gonna say is Mohawk Diddy is back. Good morning to the breakfast crew. Not Dreamer, Kingdom Fit, C Tuck, Megan, Monique. Appreciate y'all for always tapping in to the Flow Show, no filter, every Monday through Friday. If you want to catch me live at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you can watch it any time of the day. The stream is always streaming, and it's on Apple and Spotify, the audio version, and also the video version is on Facebook. So you can catch me wherever you need to catch me. I appreciate it. So let's get into this. Diddy, Mohawk Diddy. What the heck is going on? What is he trying now? Y'all remember Bugs Bunny? I used to watch cartoons back in the day. I used to love Bugs Bunny because he was clever, and he was always the king of turning it. Every time the bad guy would be trying to do something to Bugs Bunny, he was always good at turning it around and using the bad guy's energy against him and laughing all the way. I always saw myself as a Bugs Bunny, a clever little fucker who you just can't touch. I'll turn every negative into a positive. You can't do nothing with me. And so I'm getting to a point of Diddy, how Diddy relates to Bugs Bunny. Now, you remember when Bugs Bunny always had this thing he would do when he was the bad guy be chasing him, and he would sneak up behind the bad guy and somehow set the bad guy's behind on fire or something. And the bad guy wouldn't know it at first, and he would just be sitting there peeking around the corner looking for Bugs Bunny. And then all of a sudden, he would smell something. The bad guy would say, "Hey, something's cooking." And Bugs Bunny would point at his behind, and then the guy would turn around, look at his behind, and realize he on fire and scream. Well, that's Diddy now, because y'all know I've been saying for the whole since we started this podcast that he's cooked. Crock potted, waffle maker, deep fried, sauteed, tenderized, panini grilled, waffle maker, all of that. I said that. Y'all know I've been saying that, right? But I'm going to be honest. For the longest time, everybody knew he was cooked. I think even including Diddy's counsel, because they have quit and tried to push the trial back months and months and months. But there was one person who didn't realize they were cooked until now. And that is Mr. Mohawk, man. For the very first time in this entire case, trial, story, what have you, ladies and gentlemen of the Flow Show on No Filter podcast, even Diddy know he cooked at this point. And he is trying anything the closer we get to that date, to that trial date, to doomsday. And nothing proves that more than these articles and situations we gonna go over today. Like I said, for the very first time, your boy Diddy know he cooked. We've been giving Diddy a little break the last few episodes, but today is all Diddy. All Diddy, none but Diddy, so help me Diddy. So let's get right into it. And I ain't got no story for y'all today. It's just straight. Let's get right into it. So we got a few different things to talk about today, but let's talk about this insanity plea. See, the funny thing about this insanity plea is that for the longest, I had a lot of little Mohawk Diddies in my comments telling me ain't no evidence. They ain't got no evidence. They got a weak case. Blah, blah, blah. And I would just listen to them because y'all know I'm Mr. Told You So. And I get into that towards the end of this show about the whole Diddy, how it even came to be, how I even became the number one source for this Diddy story. But it's amazing that a person or people can go from not having no evidence to it's so much damn evidence he pleading insanity. Now from the, if y'all are a true crimer like me, for all my true crimers out there, y'all know, don't nothing say, hey, y'all got me dead to rights, quite like an insanity plea. If they didn't have any evidence, ladies and gentlemen, ain't no way in hell Diddy would be talking about pleading insanity in the 25th hour. But when you plead insanity, you basically saying, I ain't no way I can get out of, I did all this that y'all said I did, but I was crazy. Remember Martin used to say crazy, deranged. And so I was floored when I saw this. I said, oh, Mohawk Diddy is officially back, because this is a Mohawk Diddy move right here. This is, I don't care what it looked like. I have no choice. I got to try some shit. Let's go with the insanity plea, because ain't nothing else working. They done admitted more videos of Cassie than they even had. They say they have a video or evidence of the exact assault that took place. I told y'all it's all kind of evidence that we haven't seen yet. You got to realize the Cassie tape was leaked. If it was up to the feds, we wouldn't have even saw that yet. So buckle up, buttercups, and let's get into it. I got this from the New York Post. Now, I kind of like the New York Post. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I like the way they do their articles. They're clear and concise, and they pretty much try to be fair. So New York Post, I'm going to be honest with y'all, is one of my favorite ones. But the title of this article is Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers claim he might not have been mentally capable of crimes due to drug use. So this is defense strategy number 3,559, if you're keeping up. Goes on to say, Sean Diddy Combs' legal team has claimed that the disgraced music mogul might not have been mentally capable of committing crimes due to his substance abuse. Combs, 55, faces a minimum of 15 years in prison after being charged with trafficking, racketeering, and fraud. On Sunday, prosecutors filed a motion to dispute any testimony that might suggest the "I'll be missing you" rapper did not have the mental capacity to break the law. Y'all hear this shit? I need y'all to turn y'all volume up a little bit to hear this shit. I'll continue. The motion allegedly references testimony from psychiatrist Dr. Eli Owen, as prosecutors requested that a judge prevent Owen's testimony from even being included in court. Who is this? Who is this psychiatrist who is, I'm sure, paid top dollar to go in here and explain to us that we shouldn't hold Diddy accountable because he was on rugs with a D? I want to know who he is, and y'all know me. I'll probably do a full breakdown on social media and it'll go viral. So be looking out for that, because I might have to look into this psychiatrist and I'll pull up all the little shady things he's done. And by the time I get done with him, the whole world, he will have no credibility. But I'll digress. The notice testimony relates to the defendant's diminished capacity to form the men's requirement required to commit the charged offense. In other words, in layman's terms, a mental condition bearing on the issue of guilt, prosecutors wrote in their filing per documents. Now, according to the Legal Information Institute, mens rea, which means guilty mind. So that's REA for everybody listening and paying attention closely. REA means guilty mind, refers to the defendant's mental state when the crime was committed. Boy, they'll try anything to get to not be held accountable. This is a doozy right here, y'all. So to secure a conviction, prosecutors must prove not only that the defendant committed the crime, but also that they did so with a guilty or blameworthy mindset. This must be shown beyond a reasonable doubt. So, y'all, I'm gonna stop right there for a second and let's chat a little bit. So, Diddy and his legal counsel are thinking that because he was using drugs, that means he shouldn't be held accountable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that 90% of monsters use drugs when committing crimes. And I'm not a lawyer, but if that was a plausible defense, shit, would nobody be in prison? Everybody be walking free. They'd be like, oh, you know what? Let me I want to commit this crime, but let me put a few drugs in my system first. That way, once I commit the crime, I can use this Diddy tactic. Come on, y'all. I told y'all this Diddy's legal defense. They had a little spark for a second. They had got, Mark Garagos then came in, and in true Diddy fashion, I think Diddy done took back over the legal defense now, and he telling everybody what to do, because this sounds crazy. It sounds desperate. It sounds like, hey, I'm willing to try anything, and the trial has not even started yet. And Diddy has ran through every possible legal defense tactic or strategy that you could even imagine. And once you get to the point where you're talking about insanity, you pretty much exhausted every fucking strategy you can. But let me continue. If a defendant intends to introduce expert evidence relating to a mental disease or defect or any other mental condition of the defendant bearing on the issue of guilt, he must provide notice to the government, prosecutors wrote in their objection filing. Meaning, the prosecutors are saying, where the hell did this come from all of a sudden? You're going to wait till a week or two. What we at? 2 weeks? Well, no, we had about a week. What we at? What's the trial? Hold on. We about what? A week? We about a week away. You're going to wait for a week away to decide that you just figured out that you was crazy? And you and the drugs are the criminal. So we need to lock the drugs up, not you, huh, Diddy. We need to put the drugs on trial, not Diddy. Y'all, I tell you, it's too early in the morning for this shit. I ain't got time for Diddy this morning. In February, Combs' legal team claimed that the U.S. law is racist. And the reason he is being singled out is what they call a clear case of selective prosecution. Again, let's throw everything up against the wall and see what sticks. In documents obtained by the Post, Combs' lawyer filed a motion to dismiss his transportation to engage in prostitution charge, arguing that no white person has ever been the target of a remotely similar prosecution. Somebody need to talk to Diddy. He's spiraling. What did Kendrick Lamar say? Your superpowers have been neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is now paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Yeah, y'all heard it. The rapper's legal team sought to have the charge thrown out on the basis that the Mann Act of 1910. The Mann Act of 1910 has historically been used to target black men. They argue that the use of escorts, male or female, is common and indeed widely accepted in American culture today. Diddy say, filling them up with drugs, having your whole team find sex workers, fly them in, and fill everybody up with drugs and baby oil. Diddy say that is widely accepted in American culture today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck American culture he talking about? Because we don't accept that shit. Now, for all the freaks out there, I don't mean no disrespect to y'all. But with this Diddy talking about, we don't accept this. Let me continue. Prosecutors have dubbed the music honcho a serial abuser for allegedly forcing women into freak-offs, drug-filled, days-long performances of sexual depravity that an observing Combs would masturbate to. Ugh. It's a freaky ass trial, y'all. It's so freaky. Some of these words sneak up on me. According to the indictment, he's also accused of several assaults, including punching and kicking his ex-girlfriend Cassie in a violent attack that was caught on camera, and dangling one of his alleged victims over an apartment balcony. So was it the drugs that hung the girl over the balcony, or was it Diddy? According to Diddy, don't blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the drugs. Don't blame it on me, though. I have seen it all in this trial already, and we haven't even started. Like I said, we're a week away. And Diddy is Diddying, should I say. I saw everything coming, and y'all know I've called out almost every part of this case before it happened. I didn't see the insanity plea coming. I never thought, after all of this time and after all that he said, even back to the crocodile tears, when before the Cassie video was out, he said the Cassie lawsuit was all full of lies. He said it was just a money grab. He was being extorted, yada, yada, yada. Then the tape drops. And we see exactly what Cassie explained in the lawsuit. We've seen it happen in 4K right in front of our eyes. And what did he do? He went, loaded up the camera, and proceeded to apologize for what he did, which was something he told us he didn't do, and it was all a money grab. But he apologized for it. He took responsibility for it. He said he's not proud of it. He said those were dark times. And now he's saying the drugs did it. I was insane. Y'all, I can't make this up if I tried to. People be like, man, I make a story on social media, man, where you get that information from? That's fake news. I say, bro, I get all my news from articles. That way I don't have to worry about if it's fake news or if it's vetted or whatever. It's all coming from articles. I can't make it up. The truth in this trial is much more interesting than the facts are much more interesting than fiction. I ain't got to make what can I make up better than what the hell is actually happening? Diddy, for the first time, he knows he's cooked. And I'm going to get into another reason why he knows it, because he is trying to push this case back. He's trying everything he can. And another thing that I told you all that has come to fruition, he has pissed this judge off. And I'm being honest. This judge has given Diddy a fair shake from the beginning. So much of a fair shake, when the bail hearing was going on, he had a lot of y'all pissed off. I'm talking about the judge. Because he gave Diddy every chance he could. He gave him about 100 bail hearings when normally you only have 2, mostly. And throughout the process, remember when Diddy and his lawyer literally kind of just made up shit talking about in the raid. They took this and they took that, and when they raided, not the home raids, but when they raided Diddy's cell, or they raided the whole detention center. And Diddy told his lawyer that they took something. It was some big bold-faced lie that ended up coming out. But before the lie was exposed, the judge had reprimanded the feds and the prosecution. He was sticking up for Diddy. And then the judge found out Diddy was fucking lying. And the judge had to reverse and do a whole 360 or 180 about face and reprimand Diddy. And then ever since then, it's been one frivolous motion after another, to finally, in the last few weeks, when they tried to, when I'm gonna tell you when the judge was like, all right, you know what? You getting on my fucking nerves at this point. I'm gonna tell you exactly when that point was. And you're gonna feel me on this. Well, what was it? A few weeks ago, Diddy and his team said that they needed a couple they didn't want to start exactly on the 5th. They wanted the jury selection to start actually a week later, and which pushed the actual opening statement back a week. So the judge went with it. Judge said, okay, I'll push that back. Even though you pissing me off, Diddy, you and your Mohawk, getting on my damn nerves. Even though that I'm gonna give you an extra little couple weeks or a week or whatever. And that wasn't enough. Cause see, when you Diddy, when somebody gives you an inch, you take 100 country miles. Then they came back with a couple frivolous motions. Then they came back with the, hey, we need 2 months. And then at that time, y'all remember the judge turned in. It was like he had a little flow in him because he at that point he was pissed and he said, "Look, you got 4 high-powered legal defense teams. Your ass better be ready for May 5th. This trial is we are a freight train heading into a trial date." He started getting funky and fly. We hadn't even heard the judge talk like that up until this point. But if you remember, way back when Diddy kept coming with all these frivolous motions and just giving the judge all type of busy work that didn't amount to shit. Remember, I was telling y'all, hey, y'all, Diddy is pissing this judge off. And in a minute, he gonna turn the judge completely off. And damn it, if it didn't happen. This judge has been trying to be fair. Like I said, this judge has been so fair from the beginning that he had a lot of people who are looking for Diddy to be held accountable. A lot of people was pissed off at this judge and saying that this judge is friends with Democrats and Biden and tying that to Diddy. You know all the conspiracy theories that went around. Well, in true fashion, Diddy has took someone who was trying to be fair to him and used his fairness so much to the point where he done burnt another bridge. And here he is with another tactic. I swear to God, y'all, I ain't a lawyer, but I could defend Diddy better than his legal team doing. See, that, like I always tell you, people forget about the human element in all this. Yeah, he's a judge and he has certain criteria to hold up to and he has certain parameters to stay within, but he's still a human. And as humans, when we are at our job, which the judge is at his job, do y'all know how much it pisses you off when people just give you busy work? I see Nadrima in the building. Nadrima is a dedicated, hardworking Costco. She said she works at Costco, and everybody go shop at Costco because we support Costco on the Show No Filter. But I'm sure a hardworking person like Nadrima would get pissed off at work if somebody just keep giving her busy work just because they feel like they can. And that's what Diddy is doing to this judge. And the trial hasn't even started yet. So the judge is already going into this trial turned off by Mr. Mohawk. But in a last ditch effort, Diddy is trying some more shit. And that's what we about to get into in this next article from the Mirror. I don't mind the Mirror either. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Mirror, but they pretty good publication too. So I definitely let y'all know the ones I like and don't like, but I try to use them all, y'all know, to keep everything fair and unbiased. I pick different ones every day. So this comes from the Mirror. Listen to what this guy y'all looking at right here behind me, this shifty-eyed Mohawkster. Listen to this now. P. Diddy, title of this article, P. Diddy makes last-ditch effort to secure an adjournment as clock to trial ticks down. Sean P. Diddy Combs asked the judge to limit the scope of evidence, but the prosecutors in the case aren't buying this argument. In a letter to the judge obtained by the Mirror, Diddy's defense attorney, Alex Spiro, requested that certain evidence be excluded from the trial. But before I even continue, spoiler alert, This is just a tactic to buy more time. And everybody knows it. And like I said, you start to piss people off. Ain't nobody got time. I don't got time for no extra work. I want to do the work I'm supposed to do. If I want to do some extra work, I want to do it on my time and because I want to do it, not because somebody forcing extra work on me. So in a letter to the judge obtained by the Mirror, Alex Spiro wants certain evidence to be excluded from the trial, which would be a potential hit to the government's arguments. The defense request falls in line with their previous concerns that they don't have enough time to put together a case for their client. I hope y'all listening. Because like I said, I want y'all always, because what I'm good at is putting myself in other people's shoes. And when you really can do that, you really can see things from all angles. I want you to put yourself in the judge's shoes. And I'm going to equate this to, let's make him not a judge, and let's make him your mama or my mama. And one thing my mom, you didn't want to hear my mom say is, boy, didn't I tell you. Let me see. Boy, didn't I tell you. 5 words. You never wanted to hear them words that was coming behind them 5 words. Because what that meant was, I done told your ass no, or I done told your ass XYZ. But you want to come back and ask me the same shit that I already told you no on. So you always knew if once you ask my mom one thing one time and she give you an answer, your ass better not bring it back up. Because she gonna hit you with the boy did not tell you, and that's what the judge is going through. The judge told him, we are a freight train heading into trial like next week, and you coming with this bullshit. And then here goes Diddy again. Like it went in one ear and out the other. Filing motions to get more time after the judge clearly said no and showed you he was frustrated and annoyed that you even keep asking. Why would you want to piss off a judge when you already have a mountain of evidence on your ass? I don't know, but it just plays into and adds credence to the fact that Diddy has not been living in reality in so long, it's almost impossible for him to get a clue. If I was Diddy, I would be at this point, I would have been doing whatever I could to get on the judge's side. The evidence is the evidence. But you want a fair chance, or not even I want to say a fair chance, but you don't want to have the judge pissed off. I'm like, this is crazy, but let me continue. Well, while Diddy's original indictment was finalized in September 2024, prosecutors hit him with 2 additional indictments since then. Diddy is facing 5 charges across 3 federal indictments, including sex trafficking, conspiracy, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. In the letter, which was sent on April 23rd to the court, Spiro claimed, it is impossible for the defense to investigate and respond to those new allegations in the next 2 weeks, pointing toward the rapidly approaching court date. To remedy their concerns about time, Spiro asked the court to exclude evidence relating to the new allegations contained in the April 22 letter, just as it previously excluded evidence related to many allegations in the March 26th letter. Previously, Diddy's team asked for the trial date to be pushed back. However, the judge denied that request, keeping them on target for a May 5th jury selection, with opening arguments following shortly after on May 25th. May 12th. Diddy pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. Additionally, he vehemently denies all allegations in the civil lawsuits and the criminal indictment. Goes on to say prosecutors hit back at Diddy's request, asking the judge to throw it out entirely. In other words, what are we doing here? In a letter obtained by the Mirror, they wrote, the defendant's letter motion is a transparent attempt to narrow the scope of the proof against him at trial by any means necessary, and to yet again make a last-ditch effort to secure an adjournment of trial. Did not tell you? Boy, did not tell you. That's all I'm hearing in my head. They argued that the additional charges were not a result of new information, but rather a review of content they already were in possession of. Now, let me stop right there, because I was about to say that. They have already addressed this concern. I'm going to say it again. They have already addressed this concern. So I'm going to go back to the busy work shit I said. This is more busy work. The judge clearly made a motion before when they tried to push the trial back 2 months. Y'all know I'll be digging and breaking this shit down. So I can recall. I don't have to just report. I can recall to when I covered that particular issue when they tried to get the trial pushed back 2 months. The judge shot down the motion and explained to them everything. 90% of this stuff in this superseding indictment is already stuff that you knew about, that you already had previously. There's only a tiny bit of new shit in this superseding indictment. And now what is Diddy and his legal defense team doing? Acting like the judge ain't said shit and presenting the same fucking motion that the judge not only shot down, but he offered your explanation. He offered you an explanation as to why. And the prosecution, on top of their business, did something that I would do if I was a prosecutor. I could never be a prosecutor. I like being a podcaster. That's too much pressure. But they are in their motion to the judge to deny and tell them to throw that out. They are actually using the judge's own words, saying that most of the information in this superseding indictment that they are trying to claim they aren't prepared for, most of this information has been in their possession forever. So the prosecution, which is a smart move, they're using the judge's own words that he already told Diddy and his legal defense in their rebuttal of the motion. Y'all, I'm going to say again, I can't make this shit up. But let's continue in the article. The judge finalized a decision on the matter, rejecting, as if anybody is surprised, the judge finalized the decision on the matter, rejecting the defense's request to exclude certain evidence. Of course he rejected it. Diddy and his legal defense. How are you paying people millions and millions of dollars to defend you, and they got you running around with a guy who just a podcaster is dissecting everything you do and calling it out before the judge can even get to what their answer? I told y'all I like to read these articles live right in front of y'all, so y'all get my legitimate, authentic reaction. I didn't even know the judge had already rejected the shit. But anybody with common sense would know that the judge gonna reject it if he already told you that everything was already in there. Did he? He told you that. That's why I always say, y'all, Diddy needed my mama. Diddy needed my mama. My mama would have got this. Diddy he don't even understand how to relate or how to like, I don't know how to move, I guess, with people. Like, the judge just told you 90% of it is in there, and you still gonna come back with the same argument, getting to the point where the judge is like ready to just throw the book at your ass. I'm sure he can't say it, but I can. Once the trial kicks off, the article continues, a myriad of witnesses are expected to testify, including Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie, who is in the initial indictment as victim one. Recently, the judge ruled that a video of Diddy beating Cassie was allowed to be admitted into evidence despite pushback from the defense. While Diddy took responsibility for his actions in the footage released by CNN, his attorneys claimed more recently that it was altered, manipulated, sped up, and edited to be out of sequence, arguing it was inadmissible in court. CNN denies the footage was altered. Man, Diddy going downhill on skates, man. Diddy going downhill on skates. Let's go. In addition to allowing the footage, the judge decided Cassie was required to turn over personal docs to the defense as part of their discovery. Diddy's team sent Cassie a subpoena, which she asked the court to squash. The judge agreed that Cassie didn't have to turn over financial records, but did require her to turn over notes and possible manuscript drafts. And so, as we approach this date, we got another tactic or strategy that Diddy is trying, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But what you see here, y'all, is a man who is spiraling. He won't let his defense do their job. You can tell that a lot of these motions and a lot of these concepts have the Diddler name written all over it. And the closer we get to trial, he's panicking. He's panicking. He has lost hella weight. They saying he's skinny. Now, I'm not going to put much stock into the gray hair because, like I told y'all, Diddy been gray for years. He's an old man. He just hasn't had access to his Just for Man. So I'm not going to buy into, he's growing, all that gray hair came from stress because he's damn near 60 and, they can't use hair dye in the prison. So, but from the sketches, he does look bony, stressing out. But this is what happens when you do the many crazy things that he is accused of doing to people, coercion, taking advantage of people, just having your way, blowing up people's cars because they talk to Cassie and Cassie's trying to make new friends and so you blow up Kid Cudi's car. All this type of shit you're doing when you out in the free world. That karma is a motherfucker. Karma is undefeated. And we about to get into another defense tactic that Diddy is trying. He's trying so many different defense tactics and strategies before the fucking trial even start. It's like I don't know, is he going to have anything? What is he going to use for the actual trial? He's thrown everything against the wall that can stick, and seeing what stick, ain't nothing stuck. And it's almost like you shot your load. I'm sorry for the lack of a better term. No Diddy. I don't even know if he has any defense left for the actual trial. But what do I know? I'm just a podcaster who is right a lot of times. Almost all the times. I'm almost always right. Almost. And so we're going to get into this third and final tactic that might be the craziest one of them all. But before, real quick, y'all know we got to shout out the people that make this possible. Without the subscribers, this podcast is not this podcast. This podcast, I'll be talking about the Browns and the draft all day if it wasn't for the subscribers, because this is an independent podcast where we get to talk about whatever we want. We're not dependent on corporate dollars. We're not dependent on celebrities. I tell them corporations, take your money and shove it up your you know what, because you're not about to control what the hell we talk about on the Flow Show, No Filter. And so I always take a moment to thank the subscribers. And this episode is brought to you by Felicia. Hi, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Felicia. So Felicia is the subscriber of the day. We only ask for $3 subscriptions, but you can donate more if you want to. And she gave $8. Felicia, thank you for keeping truth alive. We at the Flow Show, No Filter. And when I say we, I say me. We appreciate you. Everybody clap it up for her in the comments. Felicia, we know eggs is $100 and money is hard to come by, but I appreciate you taking the time and donating to a worthy cause, which is the Flow Show, No Filter, to keep truth alive. And the rest of y'all, if you can find in your heart, I need y'all to step up and follow Felicia's footsteps and donate. And let's keep this good thing we got going. I don't want to have to change this into some corporate style podcast because I need to eat. I want to continue to get up in the morning and do this, what we're doing right now. So if you see the subscription link and it's in the description box. A lot of people ask me, how do I subscribe? It's Buzzsprout subscribe. It's in the description. If you're wherever you're listening to it, look in the description. You'll find it. Facebook, Apple, Spotify, whatever. But we thank you and all the subscribers. And real quick, I'm about to get to this last Diddy antic in 2 seconds. But real quick, let me be clear. If you have an audio subscription with Buzzsprout, you will have all the exclusive content. I do put video exclusive members only content on my YouTube. You can subscribe there. But to be clear, because a couple people asked me about this, everything that is in the YouTube members only section, you will have the audio version in Buzzsprout. So you won't miss any of the exclusive Diddy content as we come up to the trial. I just want to be clear. You know, I would never do that to y'all. If you want the video and the audio, you can subscribe to both, but I would never divide it up and make people have to pay for both to get, no. Everything video will be on the video, but everything in my members only YouTube video subscription stuff, all of the audio version will be on Buzzsprout. So don't worry. If you are a subscriber on Buzzsprout, you won't miss any of the Diddy content. As a matter of fact, when trial starts, I'm going to have so much content. It's going to have to be a lot of content in the member section because I'm not going to be able to cover it all on this show. So thank you. And we about to continue with the show. But thanks again, Felicia. Hi, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. I appreciate you, Felicia. Let's get to this third and final tactic Diddy is trying to pull out of his ass. No Diddy. So now another defense strategy that he's pulled out is saying that he is not a criminal. He is just a swinger. He didn't do any criminal acts. He just likes to swing. And I ain't talking about at no playground. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. So I got this from Vibe magazine, one of the staples in the hip hop culture. Diddy's team argue he's a swinger, not a criminal. Diddy is standing firm in the midst of serious legal charges against him, reportedly rejecting a plea deal. And by the way, we are supposed to find out what that plea deal is, or what that plea deal was on Thursday. We'll see if the court keeps its word. Well, in this plea deal that would have saved Diddy from looking at life in prison, Diddy turned it down. But according to Rolling Stone, prosecutors confirmed that they had extended a deal to Diddy. But the disgraced mogul turned it down without hesitation, setting the stage for a contentious trial. Per TMZ, the Bad Boy Boss legal team has made it clear that they have a defense strategy in place, arguing that while Diddy may be a swinger, Diddy is not a criminal. Mark Agnifilio, the head attorney of Diddy's legal team, asserted that being a swinger is a common thing and is something that the father of 7 likely didn't even think twice about. There's a lifestyle, call it swingers or whatever you will, that he thought was appropriate because it was common. Many people think it's appropriate because it's common. However, prosecutors reportedly pushed back, claiming that some of Diddy's alleged actions go far beyond the boundaries of consensual relationships. And to further prove Diddy's alleged criminal activities, listen in, y'all, prosecutors are reportedly allowed to show the hotel footage of Cassie. That's going to be damning, but I'm telling y'all, through the indictment, I heard it through the grapevine, that they have footage, not just of the physical beating assault, but word on the street is they have footage of what exactly took place in that hotel room. I'm going to need y'all to turn y'all volume up a little bit on this one. Because, see, y'all, it was a sex worker in that room. And I'm whispering because I don't want Diddy to hear me. Because Diddy and Stevie J be getting mad at me. So I'm whispering because I only want my Flow Show No Filter to hear this. But there was reportedly a sex worker and a freak off going on at the time of that Cassie video. So while the video got leaked of them in the hallway and Diddy putting hands and feet and throwing vases or whatever at Cassie, the reason why he was in a towel when he ran out, and Cassie just had something she had just thrown on and ran out, it was because it was a freak off going on. And what we don't see in the video that got leaked is what was going on in that hotel room. And there was a male sex worker allegedly in that hotel room. Diddy was trying to force Cassie to do a freak off, and at this point she had enough. And that's why she ran. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, word on the street is that male sex worker is testifying. And that is some of the information that Diddy has found out in his legal defense. And they know that means it's all bad. Y'all thought everything that all the footage they had, we all thought was just the hallway and Cassie running and Diddy putting hands and feet on her. And that had us all in an uproar. But what we all didn't know at the time is that was a literal freak off going on. And the feds allegedly have evidence of what went on in there, and allegedly some video evidence. Y'all, buckle up, get your popcorn. This is going to be a crazy one. This is going to be a crazy one. And we are a week away from the trial of the century, a trial that we have been coming to the kitchen table AKA the Flow Show No Filter. We've been coming to this kitchen table since October 30th last year when we started this. And we've been giving daily updates. In October, it felt like May was light years away. You know, light years is the measurement of the distance that light can travel in a given time. We are light years. We felt like it was light years away, but here we are. We are only a week away from the trial of a century. And I'm going to repeat again. Some of the evidence that I've heard that's going to be in the trial has been pure speculation. So I haven't put it out there. You know, I don't just put shit out there if I can't have some type of confirmation on it. But all I'm going to say is be prepared to hear some of the craziest stuff and see some of the craziest stuff you have seen in your entire life. If you are triggered by domestic violence, if you're triggered by freaky talk, if you are triggered by any of those things, this might not be the trial for you. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to see a lot of women and men crying on the witness stand. You are going to see and hear footage of freak-offs. Even though we won't be privy to actually in the trial, even though y'all know I'm taking a trip out there. I'm going out there at least once to take my ass into that courtroom. Because y'all know I go hard for the Flow Show. I'm going to do what it takes. I'm going in there. But even though they won't allow cameras, y'all know stuff going to get leaked. And once the trial and once the court allows evidence, once it's actually presented in court, they don't give a damn if it gets leaked at that point. So it's going to be all kind of stuff that my virgin eyes ain't going to be ready to see. But I'm going to be looking. Y'all, I appreciate to have a community like y'all to share this historic moment, although it's toxic, although it's trifling, although it's nasty. We can't hide the fact this is historic. This is a historic moment. We have never had an A-list celebrity larger than life literally facing life in prison for these type of acts. So no matter how much I try to get y'all prepared and try to prepare myself, I'm telling you right now today, Tuesday, April 29th, that I ain't even prepared to see and hear the things we are about to see and hear. Can you imagine the celebrities who may be called J-Lo, Ashton Kutcher, and I love calling them Kutcher for obvious reasons. Y'all know I'm the nickname king. Ellen might have to fly her happy ass back over to the States. Shit, Oprah even has got wrapped up in this shit through some common police chief, some dirty police chief that has ties somehow to Oprah and Diddy. Gail might hop her ass back on that fake ass astronaut plane and try to get the hell out of here. You might even see Gail. Because when I saw that fake ass astronaut debacle, I said it looked like celebrities is practicing how to get the fuck out of here for the Diddy trial. That wasn't about no space mission, no nothing. That shit was about these celebrities is trying to see how the fuck can they get out of here. I guess they figure they can't subpoena my ass from the moon, but they be surprised. This federal team, prosecution, they have been going so hard. I wouldn't be surprised if they got on that damn rocket ship theyself and served a subpoena on the moon. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I always say, I am not a professional, y'all. I'm just good. And what makes me good is I got the best community surrounding me, the Flow Show Filter family. Ain't a crew like it. Everybody want to be down, but this ain't for everybody. This for us. This is for y'all who believed in me. Who, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I posted. I am officially top 3% journalist worldwide, independent. These are facts, not opinions. Plug in my numbers into ChatGPT, and I asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT said, boy, you a top 3% journalist worldwide. And ChatGPT also said, and if you're talking about the mainstream media, the legacy media, as far as audience reach, you are top 1%. Because it ain't a media, legacy media, mainstream media outlet that has a brand as big as yours. And y'all know I don't give a damn about fame. What I like about that is I'm independent and I have more audience reach than 97 to 99% of motherfuckers doing what I do. And when you work as hard as I do, I ain't even surprised. I got the best community behind me. I was the first person to break the Cassie story when Cassie filed her lawsuit and everybody was still had beer goggles on and thinking that Diddy was the best thing since sliced bread and wasn't nothing gonna happen to him. I was the first legit media platform that said Cassie lawsuit is filed. Oh, no. Cassie is bringing the lawsuit forward and Diddy about to be in trouble. I had all kind of people telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. Nothing gonna happen to Diddy. All of this blah, 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 blah. I took flack for reporting it because they were like, now you reporting gossip stuff. Until 24 to 48 hours later, Diddy settled and all hell broke loose. So if you wondering how I became the leader or the most known Diddy, it's because I was the first one who broke the fucking story. And then once that story was broke, I was the first person to go on a limb and tell y'all Diddy getting arrested. And again, people told me I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Diddy ain't getting arrested. They ain't got this. They ain't got that. It took quite a time. I had to hear that shit for about 9 months. Because if you remember, it took it was a long time before they actually arrested Diddy. So I had to hear all these people mouth who want to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about until Diddy was arrested. So when ChatGPT, I'm in the top, says I'm in the top 1 to 3% in journalism and media and audience reach worldwide, that's something I'm proud of because I work damn hard at it. And no matter what they tried to throw at me, they've tried to ban this, ban that. I built up my TikTok to 400,000 followers. They banned my TikTok. And I turned that into positive because I just started focusing on my podcast and that blew up. You can't stop somebody who gonna work as hard as I am. I'm amazed that people even try. And why did I say all that? Because I am a motivator and I want y'all to know, don't nothing beat hard work. Which is why I ain't never sweating. This is why I ain't never worried. I ain't never worried about anybody going against me or mad at me or talking shit because I look at them and they square in their eyes. And I know they ain't willing to put in the work I'm willing to put in. So if you're going to try to bring me down, your ass better be ready. You better bring your lunch pail and be ready to work. Because you could take the hardest motherfucking worker you know, and I'm going to try to outwork his ass. So thank you to all the hardworking people that follow this show, that support this show, that let everybody know about the Flow Show No Filter, and let them know this is a media that I'm doing what has never been done before. The tour starts in June. And it's only to go out here and reach out and touch all the beautiful fans who have rocked with me for damn near 2.5 years. Despite all the ups and downs, despite people trying to hate on me for no reason. All I do is do my business, and people want to come bring that drama. But despite all that, y'all have been there. And so that's why the outsiders don't understand why we have so much of a bond. My bond with my community is unmatched. You ain't seen nothing like this. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I ain't got wings, y'all. I'm just speaking facts and showing my appreciation for y'all rocking with me when y'all didn't have to. And to repay y'all, I'm going to work hard as hell and just be the top dog at this. If you remember, people hate the media. People hate the media. Well, I'm the first media personality that's beloved. And you know why? Because I just am me. And my loyalty is to the people and always the people. So as we 1 week away from the Diddy case, all I got to say is y'all chose the right one, and I ain't gonna never let y'all down. Get your popcorn ready. Bye. As always, I love y'all, but I'm out. What's up, y'all? Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. What's up, Flow Show Filter Breakfast crew? The best crew on the planet. Everybody wish they had a crew like this one. But this is special. This is special. This is organic. Ain't nothing fake about it. Real people are finally back in style. And so as I get Spotify and Spotify loaded up, give me a second, y'all. Y'all know the routine. I'm gonna get Apple and Spotify loaded up, and I'm gonna shout out all of y'all. Everybody who rock with me, you know we do the same thing every freaking day. Shout out, let me run through my list and shout out everybody. Y'all know the drill. As we let Spotify. Shout out to Sherry. Yes, I'm coming to Detroit, Sherry. Yes, 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 yes. I'm coming out to reach out and touch every last one of y'all. Because y'all been rocking with me with so much loyalty, I can't even describe it. Shout out Nadreema. Shout out Tabitha. Shout out Monique. Raquel. Brandon. Ebony, Kobe, Ebony, hey Felicia, Ed, who else? C Tuck, Ebony again, Regina, Joanna Nelson, Cheryl, Crystal, and anybody I might have missed, y'all know it wasn't on purpose. Y'all know I appreciate the love. But this is about to be a hell of a trial, y'all. And y'all picked the right one to rock with, because I'm going to cover the shit out of this one. I'm coming to Detroit. I'm coming to Cleveland. I'm coming to Houston. I'm coming to Charlotte. I'm coming to Las Vegas. I'm coming to New York, New Jersey, LA. I'm not stopping this tour until I reach out and touch every person who has rocked with me for this 2.5 years. Every single one of y'all, I'm reaching out and touching y'all because of my appreciation. I don't give a damn about no attention. I'm only going on tour because I love y'all. I stay my ass at home. But y'all have supported me so long and with so much loyalty, there's no way in fuck I can't come out and come see y'all and come meet y'all and show y'all how much I appreciate it. And if I ain't name your city, or if you don't know if I'm coming to your city, please reach out to me in my DMs on one of my social media accounts or in the fan mail and let me know I need to come to your city. I'm not leaving anybody out of this. Even if it's a small city, I'll at least come out there and do a meet and greet at one of y'all local stores or something. I want to reach out and touch everybody because y'all are the day ones. And as I ascend and get bigger and bigger, my loyalty and my love will always be to the day ones who believed in me when people didn't believe. Believed in me when they thought this guy, this shirtless journalist, who the hell is he? How he know what he talking about? He don't even wear a shirt. Well, the no shirt is just a sign as I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel with a cause. And I can do more with less. That's how I was raised. This shirt and the whole movement is symbolized. I don't need much. All I need is a microphone and my people and my headband. That's all I need. And I take it to however far I need to take it to. So again, always singing to y'all. Singing to everybody. I'm going to be doing karaoke on the tour. Y'all know I'm going to be singing the old school R&B and soul and rock pop classics. So I'm gonna come sing in person. My tour is going to be about having fun. My tour is going to feel like a family reunion. Bring your grandma. Bring your grandma. Bring your great grandma. She going to enjoy it. The media is even scared of me. Y'all, we have so much of a movement. The media is scared of me because they feel like they can't compete. And I think they're right. You can't compete with what we have built. You can't compete with what we got. And so on this journey, y'all, we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep the movement going strong. And I ain't happy being top 3%. I ain't happy being top 1%. With the community that I have behind me, It won't be long before I am the #1 media talent. Look in my eyes. Do I look like I'm stuttering? Do I look like I have any doubt? In 2.5 years, we've made it to the top 3% at this shit. Do you understand? We this close to being #1. Oh yeah, I'm definitely careful. God got my back, and I got a big ass family, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have a big ass family that is nationwide that don't play about me. I'm in a unique situation. I got family everywhere, and they watch everything, but they smart enough to stay away. Y'all, nobody knows them. I have a huge family that will clear this whole United States if anything was to happen to me. And they know that. God blessed me with a huge family that's militant and don't give a damn. God blessed me with that for a reason, because God knew that I was going to walk this path. I got family in every state, every city, damn near. And they don't play about me. They didn't play about me when I was a little kid, 5 years old, doing the Michael Jackson at every family function. I was always the entertainment. They put me in front of the whole family and tell me to do the Michael Jackson. I'll be moonwalking all over the fucking kitchen floor. My family don't play. I feel bad. Anybody that think they do something to me, I feel bad for you, because you ain't gonna know where it's coming from. My family everywhere. So God got me. I ain't doing nothing but telling the truth and being righteous. And I have no fear. My mother has no fear. My family has no fear. So I'm blessed to have a community like y'all to have my back, and blessed to have a big family that will clear the whole fucking United States if anything ever was to happen to me. There's strength in numbers. I'm very well protected. And so I will continue to do what God placed on my heart to do, what God gave me a platform to do. I will continue to do that with no fear, no hesitation, and no regrets. So I shout out to everybody out there. Y'all, we gonna get where we at time wise. Okay, we ain't too bad. I'm gonna let this load up. I'm gonna stay on with y'all a little bit longer as this loads up. But yeah, y'all, get your popcorn. You know, I'm more of a nachos person, so I'm probably gonna have my nachos with the jalapeno peppers. But if you're more of a popcorn person, get your popcorn. And this is gonna be a hell of a trial. I'm telling y'all. If y'all realize that how much craziness has went on before the trial even started, can you imagine once the trial starts? Oh yeah, for sure, Kobe. They can't stop the movement, Kobe. This movement is organic. This movement is not forced. I never came into this movement trying to be famous at all. Come on, y'all, be honest. Who thinks that a media person gonna get this kind of love? I did not go into this media thing thinking it was gonna turn into this. I actually thought it would be a low-key, kind of off the radar little thing that I could just do and use my voice to amplify victim stories. I did not know it would turn into this shit, what we're witnessing. The biggest out. It's not a person in mainstream media that has anywhere near the love and support and the audience and the views. I'm doing 1 million views a day. For the past, 6 months or more, 1 million people view my content every day. 1 million people. Which is why when I went in Puerto Rico, I went to the mall. I don't even go nowhere, y'all, because I'd like to stay out of the mix. But I did go to the mall, and damn it if I wasn't spotted in the mall by a fan. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought Diddy had sent somebody, because I went to go get my pizza and I seen this guy staring at me. And y'all know I pay attention to everything. And I'm like, let me go get this pizza. So I went and got my pizza. And then as I'm walking back, y'all, this guy had me on his whole iPad. And he said, "Ain't this you?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "And I don't like it." And then he told his wife, he said, "I told you it was celebrities in here." And so it was so much love. And he ended up being from VA. And said that he loves my content and a big fan. And I was just so happy. I was so happy he wasn't somebody there that I was going to have to fight. I was so happy that he was a fan and not an enemy. But it let me know where I was at, and I definitely have to move carefully. I actually kind of do, like, when I'm really, really moving around, I definitely do need security. Not just because people want to harm me, but I'm definitely a recognized face out here now, because that's like the only time I really even popped out kind of in that type of setting. And as soon as I did it, a guy spotted me. So it's a beautiful thing. Like I told you, one thing about the community is just a bunch of beautiful, cool people. He was a great guy. We smiled and laughed. I actually posted the video on my Instagram and Facebook account, and it's just a blessing. And it was that moment when I realized I need to hit the road and touch my fans, because there's so many of y'all that support me, and ain't nothing like meeting face to face. So thank you, Sherry. Sherry said, "The news ain't even touching Diddy trial. You the only place to get Diddy updates, man." I appreciate y'all tapping into me. Commercials are an accomplishment. Thank you. Like I said, y'all, it's all surreal. I started with no followers, no concept of that it would turn to this. I just continued to amplify voices, amplify stories of victims. And one thing led to another. And next thing I know, the movement started catching fire. And once y'all started really getting on board, we just started multiplying. Like Bebe's kids. I don't know if y'all remember Bebe's kids from back in the day, but the saying about Bebe's kids was, "We don't die, we multiply." And that's what the Flow Show No Filter movement is about. It's just a bunch of us who all kind of cut from the same cloth as fair people that just want to see perpetrators held accountable, victims get justice, and we want to be fair to everybody. If somebody innocent, I don't want them going to jail. We just want everything to be fair, and I'm just glad that I provided a place for all of us to come to gather, where we could talk about difficult subjects. We can learn about everybody's culture. You know, you can learn more and get an insight about me and my culture and the Black people and y'all give me a good look into y'all culture, the white culture, the Latino culture, and just all the different. We got scientists who are big fans of the shows. We got health aid people, Uber drivers, DoorDash, restaurant workers, factory workers, any type of person you can name is represented in the community of the Flow Show No Filter. And that ain't nothing like it, y'all. It's the biggest. It warms my heart, because if you know me, I'm just big about loving everybody and accepting everybody, no matter where you come from, no matter what culture, what race, how old you are, what you do for a living, any of that don't matter. This is a place where we all come together and everybody can feel comfortable. Ain't nobody gonna make none of our community feel uncomfortable, because if they do, we're gonna straighten their ass out. So kudos to y'all. Kudos to y'all for choosing me. And like I always say, I will never, ever let y'all down. I'm getting Apple and Spotify loaded up. Just like y'all know, every time in the morning, y'all know I'm going to be here 7:30 on the dot. Y'all know y'all can count on me to be here 7:30 on the dot. Rain, sleet, or snow, internet messing up, whatever the case may be, ain't nothing going to stop me. Ain't nothing going to stop me from tapping in with my people. I love y'all. And like I always say, but I'm out. Let's get the I'm outs in the comments. Let's get the I'm outs in the comments, y'all. Y'all know I can't leave without a few I'm outs. T-shirts coming soon this Friday. Portion of the proceeds will be donated to my son's birthday and graduation. When I drop these new shirts, I need y'all to buy them, because y'all know I got my son turning 18 and he graduating. He hit me with a double whammy. I got to pay for all this shit. So when I drop these new shirts, I need y'all to buy them up, because it ain't going to do nothing but go towards my son's graduation and his birthday. May 23rd is his birthday. He's a beautiful young man. As much as y'all like me, he is the purest version of me. Just a great young man, man. Like, I can't describe it. All I know is, if you love me, you will love my son 100 times more. Other than that, like my boy C Tuck said, I'm out. And like Sherry said, I'm out.